Hello there, gamers. This is GameNerd86525, and just like last week, we're gonna do a quick replay of a race in the World of Outlaws NOS series. This was the 7th race of the season at Red Bull Ring Short Track, as you can see if you can read. We had some technical issues at the start of the race, so this was actually our second try at the race, so everyone was jumping, ready to finally start. I'm starting back in 8th. Mass got the pole in this race, was very fast all day. And we'll have to see how it plays out for him. But here we go, we're going to start way in the back, all by ourselves. And here we go. Not going to be a great launch. Has two new drivers that are in 9th and 10th, Mad Dog and Boger, as well as a driver in 7th place. Already contact in the first corner, which, if you remember from last week, we had a lot of contact in the first corner due to the amount of cautions. But immediately already losing time, great amount of time to the leaders. Everyone already single file, even in the back. We're going to be killing it in 8th place, with Mass still holding the lead, looking very strong, already pulling, I'd say, about a 4 to 5 car length lead on JBL. Just a heads up, this entire patch right here to the left of the green, you weren't really supposed to go out there. It would be would be a penalty if you were constantly going out there. That also applies for what's left to this green AstroTurf as well. Obviously mistakes happen, but not constantly. But JBL's gonna get very sideways in the back, but lap 1 of 50 is gonna be led by Mass, as we have a battle for 3rd place between Mechanic and Musa. Slight lag on Mechanic. Unfortunately, Mechanic was gonna be lagging during his race. Musa gonna lock it up just a little bit, with me actually moving up to 6th place in the back. DK falling back early, which was very unfortunate for him. He actually goes a bit off track right there. You're gonna see I'm just still chilling back in 8th place where I started. DK's just gonna go a bit off track. Wall's gonna follow him off track. As I go into to the inside, I get past both of them, luckily. And unfortunately, DK in his 49 Honda is going to drop back to 8th place on lap 1. Anyway, going back to the front, like I said, Mechanic was going to be lagging, unfortunately, but moving back on to the leaders, as you can see, besides that's actually kind of bad. JBL and Matt still leading, haven't moved any positions, still top 2. Going to get really sideways out of JBL, an amazing save. Still going to hold it. Mechanic all over the place. Still, everyone's starting to get pretty separated out back. We're really out through the entire field. Quite a couple car lengths between everybody. With Musa ever so slightly starting to get more consistent on these corners. And there goes Mechanic. He's gone. Oh no, he's back. There he goes. And he would almost disappear. He'd come back again. I'm really glad I wasn't a part of this crap, because yep. And boom, he's gone. Poof, he disappeared. So Mechanic unfortunately would lag out of this race. Had some technical difficulties with internet, but we'll have to hold out on that. Anyway, Mass still up in the lead, with Musa now claiming 3rd place with a loss of a driver. Moving back, Wall is in 4th, and I would wrap out the top 5. 6th is DK with a little bit of distance to me. Boger in his first ever Gran Turismo race, period, 7th. And the other 2 new drivers, 8th and 9th. Just for heads up, I'm going to be calling him ID because I don't really know what else to call him. And then we have Mad Dog. Mad Dog in his first race as well. ID's going to go a little bit off track there. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm probably not calling you the right name. Wall going to go off track here, going for everything he can. Lap 5, here we go. Improving lap times. I don't think I would improve my lap time. I would not. with the leaders starting to become a bit more put together as the top four start to approach each other. Still pretty calm race so far. Nothing big. As we see Musa makes a pass on JBL for second place on lap 5. So Musa making moves, getting up to the front already. Just gonna make a nice right turn and just gonna outbrake him. And there you go. You're gonna get really loose with a really good save. JBL gonna give a slight boost, and there you go. Musa with a little bit of contact. He's going to clear JBL and take second place from him. So now your top three, Mass, Musa, and JBL. If you remember, Musa won last week's race at Monza. His first ever race he won. Trying to go for 2 in a row this week. See what he could do in only his second race. Moving back just a little bit. Going back to Boger, now in 7th place. Has put a pretty big deficit to 8th place on Mad Dog. One heads up real quick before we go any farther in the race. As I was mentioning, Musa did win last week, which gave him 50 points. So that was monumental for him. So going into this race, the points were probably where you'd expect them. The first in points is JBL with 200 points, the guy you could see in 3rd place. Second in points, RVL. He did not attend this race. He had 190 points. 3rd place, Mechanic with 155 points. Unfortunately lagged out. He would get DNF points, which I want to say is 3 points. 4th being the league owner himself, DK Carnage with 130 points. And then a pretty big jump down to Mass in 5th place with 91 points. Your leader, Mass, this would help him out a ton if he was able to win. Wall, a 30-point jump down to Wall in 6th place with 61 points. In 4th place, that would be a decent points day. He could do better. Me in 7th with 55 points. I unfortunately had bad luck last week, so I did not get the points I wanted. But we're still holding on to 7th place. And Musa, last week's winner, has a straight 50 points in 8th place. So, top 8. Obviously, Boger, Mad, and ID are new to this series, so they are not going to be listed on the points yet. So they are at 0 points. One thing I do want to mention, there are 2 more positions, Abi in 9th place and Kluka in 10th, and both of them did not attend this race as well. So a tie for 10th between Boger, Mad, ID, and Kluka, since they all have 0 points. But no cautions so far, which is pretty good. On lap 6 so far, a lot better record than we had last time. Here we go, but we're going to get back into the action. Boger was a great time to flip to him. He was going to go off track, going to get sideways with a really good save. DK started to look like he was catching up, but looky here comes Wall. He got up to the leaders. He caught up to them. Now picking on 3rd place on JBL. JBL is actually going to lose it. He's around. Appears to just get a bit loose. He's just gonna, but he just loses it, unfortunately. So with that, I'm gonna click around here to snatch 4th place. DK also gonna get a humongous amount of time on JBL. I don't believe he will catch him. No, he will not. JBL will get going. Still loose though. JBL driving on edge to be the points leader. He's driving on edge. He wants more wins. I forget to mention, JBL is already a winner. I want to say he's won 2 races now. RVL, another winner. He did not attend this race. Mechanic, who lagged out, also has a win, and Mass has a win as well. He did not win any of the GR2 races. He actually won an invitational rally race, but that was still points were awarded. And then, like I mentioned, Musa was a brand new winner last week. Also has a win. Also, can we see a brand new GR2 winner this week? Or can we have a repeat winner? We have 2 drivers that already have 2 wins. So can we see a repeat winner? But I was pretty slow through here. JBL is going to start to approach me. Going back to the front, Musa starting to figure out what's up. Here he comes. He's coming after Mass and is catching him at an abrupt pace. Using everything he can get. Catching him very abruptly here. Wall going just a little bit off track. And here we go. DK also catching up to JBL. So the top 6 are starting to get a little more cramped. 4th to 6th and 3rd to 1st, or more so 2nd and 1st, but 3rd's gonna get in there at some point, hopefully. And if you're wondering, hey, how's our car? Yeah, that is lap traffic. I'm not sure why it's saying him, but anyway. Yeah, here comes. There was actually lap traffic in this race. That is ID in his first race so far, trying to stay on the lead lap, but unfortunately it has the leaders catching him at a very abrupt pace. He was having issues with his car this entire race, as if the car just wasn't as fast as ours, which we do believe was the case. So fortunately for him, he is going to go a lap down here on lap 11, but in his first race, still a really good for him. He's actually going to pull off track, let them by. Very respectable and veteran move out of ID here. Moving on, I was still attempting to catch Wall as DK caught JBL and JBL caught me. So here we go. Now we now have 3 guys. DK gonna get slightly loose there on the gas too early. Moose is still just lurking behind him. He's actually going to get up to Mass even farther here. Mass makes a mistake. I want to say he catches the sand through this corner. Oh, my bad. Yeah, he just gets loose with an amazing save out of Mass, but that would only help Moose's situation, as here he comes. As you see, Mass sideways again on lap 12. Both of them are going to be sideways this time, actually, but that would only help Moose out as he comes at him to come get the lead. Here comes really aggressive entry, super loose. Mass is gonna get a better exit, gonna pull away. I ended up starting to pull away from those 2, but those 2 are gonna start going at it. See if JBL makes a move here. He's actually gonna let it go for now. He's gonna swing a bit wide here. Meanwhile, Boger and ID, as you can see, it says, oh, here comes Boger, still coming around in 7th place. Unfortunately, I did forget to mention this. Mad Dog would lag out of this race as well. So 2 drivers lost in 12 laps, which was very unfortunate. But I'm just gonna get out of Wall's way here, which was a very smart move. And then Wall actually misses I want to say he misses the corner. Oh, I just screwed up. There we go. Just gonna go off track. Oh, and in the wall he goes, which would hurt him, which would lead me to start pulling him in. Which, if you remember, yeah, I had 2 guys kind of on my tail as well. So I was running faster laps myself than I was before. But also, I was starting to approach Wall. Meanwhile, back in front, here we go. 2 Hondas for the lead. Musa appears to start to make a move, fakes him out. Mass sideways right there, trying to get back up to speed to keep the lead here. Both of them absolutely sideways here. And only lap 15, not even a third of the way done yet. Or almost a third of the way done, but not even a third of the way done yet, and they're pushing super hard. For an update on the top for the top 3 qualifying, Mass still up, just dominating. Musa keeping 2nd. JBL, unfortunately, after that wreck, he was coming back, but to 6th place now after DK, still holding off. Meanwhile, back up front, I was finally able to approach Wall here, which would help me out a lot. I would actually go for a move here. Go for it. He's actually going to block me just a slight bit, which I thought was a bit absurd considering it was only lap 15, but that was me. Swing wide on both times right there, actually. ID going to stay off track for us, which is very respectful. Here we go. I'm going to go back after Wall here. Meanwhile, back up front, as you can see, the deficit to everyone else was just huge. I mean, they were gone. Completely, like, other side of the track gone. But here we go. They're going to, or excuse me, me and Wall still going to go at it. Going to go back up front. Absolutely running mirror laps right now. 40.5 out of Musa. I want to say that was the fastest lap. Might have been a 40.2. This race, which is an exceptionally fast lap. Still no cautions, don't mean to jinx it yet, but lap 17, no cautions yet, which was a monumental feat for us. I would actually lose a ton of time here, getting loose, barely missing the grass. That was a bit of a scary situation for us, but still holding on here in 4th place. Meanwhile, DK actually, JBL managed to get back by DK to get 5th place. ID still dropping back, unfortunately, with DK getting up to 6th and Boger in 7th place. I want to say by this point in time, Boger had also gone a lap down, unfortunately. Yes, he had. Boger had unfortunately gone a lap down. So now 2 cars, 1 lap down, with Boger ended up being the free pass. Oh, and we catch it at the perfect time, unfortunately. Here comes DK. He's going to make a move on ID to get around him. He's just going to take it nice and slow. Don't know why the yellow lights are on, but that's nice. ID just going to overshoot the corner the slightest bit just after getting the grass. Just a little bit. Unfortunately, it's going to send him off track. Meanwhile, as you saw, JBL, slight moment, gets super loose. Look at that mess swinging way wide. Still holding the lead though, lap 18. Matt, so far, I want to say has led every lap of this race. So 18 out of 50 laps, 36% of the race so far he has led, which was absolutely amazing. Oh, excuse me, I did not mean to do that. Fast forwarding back up. Well, I'm gonna swing a bit wide. I'm gonna, you know, smack the curb because I suck. But JBL swinging way wide in the back. He's actually coming after me and Wall as well. Wall gonna get a bit loose here, which he was able to gain it back pretty quickly, which shocked me considering I thought he was gonna actually lose it there. But still gonna help me out here, as I'm gonna try and make a move on him. Go to his right here. He's gonna outbrake me as usual, but I'm actually gonna still get to his right after having a slide there. He's gonna cut down onto my left side and actually shove me in the crush just a little bit there. I was not happy about that, but still gonna move on. Still holding 4th at least, not getting wrecked. I'm gonna try and drive in here a little bit. He's gonna cut in front of me and block me. And if you remember from last week at Monza, Musa did the same thing to pull a move on someone. I want to say it was RVL he tried to make a move on. But if you remember, I was not entirely satisfied with the move he made on me. That Musa made on me to block me like that when he went to make a move. And as you could probably guess, I wasn't happy about that one either. With JBL actually catching us, I actually get into Wall here, send him a bit wide. I'm going to get down, more contact. Still holding right on with Wall here. If we fast forward to the front, just a little fast forward, move up to the front a little bit, they're still running really fast laps. Mass is going to get sideways, but as you can see, they are just no sweat, holding it super quick. I'm not entirely sure what's wrong with the audio. There's something terribly wrong with my screen. There we go. But as you can see, Wall was able to pull back just a little bit of distance from me. I don't know how he did it. I think he just gets a better launch than me because I drive it in there. Yeah, he just gets a better launch than me. With JBL still on my bumper. Fast forwarding just a little bit. Musa and Mass still fighting. It's still Mass still leading the race, which was unbelievable. As they start to approach a lap car, once again ID was going to have to go another lap down. Moving back to this battle, me and JBL are gonna make slight contact. I had no idea he was there. He got there and I was so focused on trying to get to Wall, I wasn't even paying attention. And look at the run he makes. I'm gonna get loose here, and oh, slight contact there. I had no idea. I said, oh my bad. It's alright for the most part. But I'm gonna brake really hard going in this corner. I actually rolled into different gear than I had been. He's still gonna pull an amazing, a beautiful crossover on me here. Still rolling very well out of JBL after having a wreck earlier. Gonna get loose right there. Almost wrecks it at. Speak of the devil mentioning he gets loose. He gets sideways but keeps it going there. Beautiful save. As you can see, unfortunately, if you look at the mini-map, someone else's might get lapped here. DK starting to drop back pretty far. JBL actually starts to lose time to me after getting loose. So third, fourth, and fifth get a bit separated again. But going back up to Musa and Mass still, I don't understand how they did it for this long, and neither of them made a move, but very cautious racing with Mass. I say that Mass gets a bit off track, but still holding it pretty well here. Still holding the lead with Musa in second, Wall in third, I'm in fourth, and JBL is the last car in your top 5. Excuse me for that. Going back just a little bit, there is Boger. He would go, I think that's 2 laps down. He would go. Going back up just a little bit here, Wall actually made a big gap on me there, which saddened me quite a bit. But fast forwarding, still fighting for the lead here. Mass, look at the drive-ins. Musa sideways actually, but keeps it going. Unfortunately, the next quarter he would get a bit aggressive on the first gear and we up swinging wide. Excuse me, swinging tight, cutting tight to the quarter, which was unfortunate, which would lead to Mass pulling away again. Going back here again, I was able to reel Wall back in, so kind of 2 mini battles on the track, if you will. Everyone else was they were kind of on their own, with ID, Boger, and DK just kind of chilling on their own. But going back up here, finally got back up to Wall again. It took a little longer than I wanted. I'm gonna swing a little wide here. Was so ready to finally get to him. All those tire marks on the track, yeah, those are for me if you couldn't tell. So ready to get to him. Thought he kind of faked me out just a little bit right there. I'm gonna completely miss the corner. Wall's gonna get just slightly near my corner panel. It honestly was so close I couldn't even tell you if we touched it on. At the time I thought we hit, or at least made contact, but it was so minuscule. Even if it was, we can't tell. So yeah, no, I think I just got loose. So we'll pay it off to me getting loose. But here comes Wall, still making a run after me. Still rolling here. With JBL now ready to make a move on him. JBL still loose. He seemed to be struggling with getting loose this entire race. With Mass still pulling away from Musa. Anyway, finally got past Wall. Still in third place for now. He's gonna completely lose it right there. He's gonna keep it going. Lose it again. Get on the gas hard. Guess pressure might have gotten to him. Couldn't really tell you what happened actually. But unfortunately, right here, gonna get the grass just a little bit. I was trying to pull away. JBL's gonna make contact with him just a little bit, and the Wall's gonna send it in the corner, and unfortunately get into the wall. That was actually very funny saying that. Wall's gonna get in the wall. Anyway, JBL's gonna get sideways here. After Wall and me would get away from each other, it would calm down just a little bit. So there is that. But it's funny how every time I switch to mechanic it gets darker. Anyway, Wall would start pushing really hard, trying to get back up to us, using everything he had. But moving back up, JBL actually gonna get a huge slide right there. But he was inevitably faster than me. I believe he would catch me, with Musa still having Mass in his sights here. With lap traffic. So there's Boger in front, but who else is that, you might ask? It is DK. So yes, may have taken longer than you guys anticipated, but DK was trying to hold the lap. I did forget to mention one thing. I want to say lap 21, DK said there was going to be a competition caution. So no cautions so far in the race, and there was going to be a competition caution, which you know what that means. Everyone's going to be stacked right back up near each other. So, gonna make him go a bit wide here. still trying to block Mass. Boger was trying to be able to be the lucky dog here, which would help Musa that much more, which is actually going to put them side by side. We need to watch this fight here. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Contact between the Hondas. Still fighting. This is what DK wanted to see. Musa's going to let him go for now. Still, though, how agonizing that must have been to finally get up front. Oh, well, wrecked apparently. My bad. But how agonizing that must have been to finally get a run on him through the inside. And then just to lose it and have to back out. So, unfortunately for Musa, he would have to get out of it. Fast forwarding to lap 33. Yeah, if you couldn't tell, this race was a lot quicker, about 10 minutes quicker, in case you were wondering. So there's that. But shorter track, less laps. Or excuse me, I think it was more laps, but less miles. Anyway, moving on to lap 34 here. So 2 laps before the competition caution. I actually missed it. Musa made a pass on Mats here, so Mats has a 34 laps, all 34 laps, or excuse me, 33 laps so far. He's gonna lose it, and he's gonna wreck it, which would be very unfortunate for Mats after leading 34 laps so far. A dominating performance. He's going to lose a lead nearing the competition caution. So now Musa finally, I can't imagine how happy he was, is going to take the lead, as Wall also under threat for going a lap down. But fortunately for him, there is lap 35. We would go one more lap to finish. Oh, excuse me, that would be it. There is your caution, and we are going to get off him because that is really loud. Just for a point of reference of how long it took us to catch them. So as you see, we're clicking lap 35 right now with JBL on my tail, and I was about to start just letting off and let the car cruise. If you ever watch my NASCAR races, you'll know cautions, I don't push it all the way, I just let off, let the car cruise. I was about to start doing that, but if you couldn't tell, they're on the other side of the track. It took us, I think, it took us almost an entire lap to catch up to them, and they were going 60 to 80. Yeah, that's how far away they were. So they were that fast. Boger is actually going to be the free pass car. Luckily enough, DK would not go a lap down. So there goes Boger. He's going to rip it here. Get as much speed as he can to get back to him. Excuse me, we are now on DK. I was just finishing Boger and I realized I switched cameras. But, now under competition caution. No pits. Excuse me, no pitting. Yeah, me and Walt both almost wrecked under caution. That was pretty amusing. But everyone was going to be able to get back up there. Or excuse me, ID. Yeah, there it is. ID was going to be able to get back up front. So here we go with the restart. We are actually going to ride along with Musa here. So ready? Alright. And probably launch about now, right? Oh, I thought it was now. Actually, we launched like really late, I think. Didn't we? Oh, we didn't. No, we launched the next lap. Oh, my bad. Alright, and now we should be launching with Musa right about now, shouldn't we? There you go. But anyway, yeah, there you go. I would make a gutsy move. I don't know why I flipped it so quickly, but I started accelerating just a little bit to get back up to speed, and then he said 1 and I went for it. I smashed the gas down and beat Mass on the gas, and boom, I get up to second place. Gonna do it. I don't know why I went second gear. I was gonna get sideways, which would completely ruin what I had just done, all the way back to 6th here, which was very unfortunate. Wall is gonna cut down on me, still cut down on me. Not really sure what his problem was, but if you remember, I have issues in this league with multiple drivers, so keep that in mind for later. But here comes Musa around. Started leading lap 35. That was the first lap he led. DK gonna go off track. I'm actually gonna run into him. The one of the few times I missed the entire corner. DK loses. So I'm not entirely sure what actually happens to him. He just loses it, and then I destroy him. It was pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was downright hilarious to me. But yeah, there's your caution. right? Yes. So that would be the second caution of the day. Besides, if you're where Mass is going, he was whatever it's called, had put it in auto drive. But second caution, first real caution. The other two were competition ones. The second caution, we'll call it the first, actually, lap 39. So unfortunately, that would make it it's gonna make it really tight the last couple laps. But here we go. I'd actually have to restart 5th place here. We would not go this lap. Unfortunately, not everyone had caught up yet. Because no one could hear, Mass could not hear Musa, Papa Musa. And so he would have to fix everything and make sure he was in the party. So yeah, put it in auto drive, get the car fixed, be ready. That way he can actually get a restart. That's why Matt's got a bad restart last time. That's how I was able to get the jump on him. But we would launch in a very interesting corner. So Wall's gonna get a little bit off track for a moment. Moose is still holding the lead, lap 41. Now he's gonna lead. I want to say it's gonna be his 6th lap. He's gonna lead. Contact in the back. Wall and JBL got door to door there. Now just think, Boger got his lap back, so now he has the chance to get in position with all the cars being super tight. Wall's gonna get super loose here, but we're gonna have. Oh, my bad. I remember now. So I said we launched an interesting spot. We actually weren't supposed to launch. So now we're actually launching. Luckily no one had gained or lost positions as far as I know, but for some reason Wall sent it in. I'm guessing he was just trying to make a move, which is understandable, but unfortunately in the process he would wreck JBL, and I would just drive through him because, you know, that's how life works, right? You can just drive through people. I don't know what it is, but this and last week I drove through cars and it like ghosted anyway. Just drove through them. So there's that. So he would take out JBL. JBL dropped all the way back to 7th place. He was pretty unhappy. So that was very unfortunate for them. A bit of a shoddy restart in the back. He said I sent him. Which, as you can clearly see, I didn't. But now we're going to get to his left here, and he's going to get into me and send me wide, which I was very happy about. I said, oh, he's going to wreck JBL and then send me. That's great. So JBL has now fallen way back. Boger gained the spot, capitalizing on Wall's mistake. I'm going to drive it in the corner because I just wanted to get clear and get done with Wall. I was really tired of dealing with him, unfortunately. So clear him, good. Now at 43, so Musa now leading from lap 35 to 43, so now has led 7 laps of this race, which was 8 laps of this race. I actually swung a bit wide here. Unfortunately, I was so mad I wasn't really paying attention. And that's gonna happen. We'll just say it was a mistake. It wasn't intentional, but fast forwarding just a little bit here. Mass and Musa gonna have a battle for the lead here. What a beautiful outside run. He's gonna get a bit loose, but gas it up. Look at this move on the outside, the non-dominant lane of the day, and boom, look at that, door to door. And here comes that run. And he might be able to clear him. I don't think he does. Here comes... Oh, he does clear him. Mass back to the lead. He will lead lap 43. So now Mass getting back on his trail. Musa leading 8 laps, which in case you're wondering is about 16% of the race so far. So there's that. But Musa Musa and Mass still holding on. I don't remember how did he get past? Oh, he got past me after that contact. Okay, but this is where, was it this lap? I think it was this lap where no, it was not this lap. Excuse me. But getting back up there, you see a bit of wide swing out of Boger there, but up to 5th place. for Boger, which was very good for him. Still holding on. Now, if you remember, I mentioned Wall was one of the people in the back of the points as well as me, so that could have contributed to the driving. But remember, Musa also has only ran like one race. Really, the top 5 right now are in the back end of the points, the back half. So the top 4 are in the back half of the points. So that was gonna make it interesting. I'm actually gonna get into Wall just a little bit right there, but could lead to some aggressive moves here. But Mass is getting away with the lead. He was so freaking fast. I don't understand how he did it. But Wall's gonna send it a bit wide here after my contact with him earlier. Getting rolling again, a little bit wide, but I would also go wide, so I ain't got much to talk about, huh? Here we go. We're gonna get in this corner. I'm gonna start make a move to his right. He's gonna jump in front of me again, which you remember when I mentioned earlier. I hate that. Which is gonna send him. I'm gonna get really loose there from wheel spin because I was mad I wanted to get back around him. But we're gonna get here. If you couldn't tell, me and Wall were not very good friends in this race. But Wall's gonna get loose here, which is gonna help me out. I'm gonna get rolling again. Hopefully be able to get back up to him, although that's debatable. So now, if you're keeping track, Mass has led for 38 laps of the race, so 76% of the race. So there's that. Meanwhile, Mass still running away with the lead in the back. JBL after that spin in that corner, look at him back up to 5th place. I made a comment saying, "Come on, JBL, come help me with Wall," because I wasn't very happy with him. Yellow flag. Who could have spun? Unfortunately, it was Musa. He would end up losing the car. We're gonna see how that happened right now because I actually have no idea. As you can tell, I was not near him. But he's gonna swing for the fences here. Just unfortunately lose it here. He holds the handbrake just a little bit, which was odd. I'm not entirely sure why someone would hold the brake or handbrake. But if you watch right there, boom. Maybe to kick RPMs up, I don't know. But as you can see, me and Wall will catch him pretty quickly here, which would lead to this. So this is lap 47. And I want to say this is the lap where that stupid move happened. So Musa gets going, which stacks us up. I go to Wall's outside, and he pushes me off track. I'm not happy with him, so this happens. I get him off of me, I'm done. And then Wall does this. He goes for me. Now, he hits me on his side, which is weird, but then this happens. Yeah, he takes out an innocent bystander. So me and him having our little kerfuffle this entire race, which he's turning left on me and I'm getting real sick and tired. And then he just sends it in on Musa and wrecks him. He drives through him actually, literally, but that wrecks Musa, a huge contender in this race. That was very unfortunate for him. As you can see, we're bashing around in the back behind him. And again, if you noticed, he held the handbrake again, which was really weird. But we'll leave that to your decision. Anyway, moving on. That was a very controversial move out of Wall. Oh, I did not mean to do that. That's very unfortunate. Oh boy. Well, I guess we need to get back to the front then, don't we? I am very sorry if you can hear that. But after that move, excuse me, not this lap. After that move, sending it in on Musa, now that we're back to lap 48. I'm not entirely sure what was going on, but look at JBL back to third. Downright amazing, but a caution would come out on lap 48, coming to 49 to go, or excuse me, 49 out of 50 laps, 2 to go. So no cautions, or hardly any cautions so far, and now we're gonna have a caution at the end. I wasn't exactly sure what I was supposed to do here. That's why I was braking so much, because you said brake and then we were supposed to accelerate, but we would launch late here, and I would stay in second like an idiot, or go down to second because I was just nervous. Gonna have some contact with Mass here, and Boger is gonna come down on my left side, which was very infuriating. But gonna get back to it. Boger gonna get into me again, send me wide. I was very irritated with everyone in this race. No joke. Gonna make contact with JBL, so now it's my fault. Great. But I went after Mass as hard as I could, but not gonna get to him. Had a run, but he got us. So your winner of race 7 at Red Bull Ring Short Track is Mass Hysteria. So after getting a win in the Invitational Rally Series, he gets a win finally, as he calls himself the Daniel Hemrick of the series, gets a win in the GR2s. So Mass would be first, I would roll out second. So one of my first podiums, first podium with a decent field, Musa would come third, JBL and DK would have a good race for fourth, but JBL gets him. So there's your top 5. Wall would be in the back, Boger and ID as well. So that was unfortunate, but there is race 7 of the World of Outlaws GR2 NOS Racing Series. So for some context, Mass Hysteria led 82% of the race. Excuse me, 84% of this race. He dominated, so he deserved that win. So now, with that being said, after going into this race, Mass was 5th place in the points. Now he's up to 4th with 141 points. So these are your point standings after this race. JBL still in the lead with 220 points after finishing 4th place. RVL did not race, like I said. He's still in second though with 190. 3rd place Mechanic, unfortunately he lagged out, so he didn't get much benefit out of that race, only 3 points, but he's still in 3rd with 158. Mass, like I said, up to 4th with 141 points. First time winner again. Last 2 weeks we've had a brand new winner. Last 3 weeks actually, I want to say, we've had a brand new winner. DK in 5th place with 140 points, so that is your top 5 in points. Me trying to knock on the door of top 5. I'm 6th place with 95 points. That was a very good points race for us. Like I said, if you haven't seen every race, obviously you've only seen the last 2, but in this league I missed a bunch of races, and last week I had some bad luck. Monza had some bad luck, so that was also contributing. I would have acquired 50, and I instead acquired 6 points from that race. So that was very unfortunate for us as well. But still knocking on the door of 5th place. We are 55 points behind. No, I was right the first time. 45 points behind DK in 6th place with 95 points. Musa, Monza winner, is the 7th with 70 points after finishing 3rd place. Wall in 8th place after all that stuff. Wall is in 6th place with 60 points. If you're 8th place with 60 points. Yeah, he didn't gain any points from that race because he was penalized. Boger ninth place with 8 points after finishing 7th place. Only his first race. ID is 10th place with 7 points, and then, Mad Dog, 11th place with 3 points, and then Avi and Kluka in the back. So, going into next week, I'm gonna try and pronounce his name. Don't laugh at me, but I don't know how to pronounce the last word. It's Circuit de Spa Franco something another. Anyway, going into that race, could we have another first time winner? Maybe I can get my first win. No, I'm joking. This next track is a lot different from the last couple of tracks we have ran. I would say the last 2 tracks have been very long stretch and then heartbreaking and long stretch tracks. This next one has a lot of tight, quick corners. So very possible for a bunch of wrecks. So, with that being said, I will be back next week for another review or commentary or replay or whatever you want to call this. I don't even know what I'm naming the videos. I keep forgetting, but that's it for this week at Red Bull Ring Short Track, with Mass Hysteria being your winner. So congratulations to Mass. Mass and like I had mentioned last week, Mass and Papa Musa on a new team this week. So the new team, 1st and 3rd. Downright great start to the team. So that is all I have to say. I was trying to find the team, that's why I was stuttering like that. But LRS Motorsports, 1st and 3rd. So great job out of that new team. So that is all for me for today. So I hope you enjoy this video. Thank you for watching. Like I said, this is the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink GR2 series. This is their first season, like I had mentioned. So I will see you next week at Circuit de Spa Francorchamps. I don't know how to say its name. I can't, so I'm sorry. But yeah, there's that. If you want to like, comment, subscribe, all the fun stuff, you don't have to, obviously, but I will be seeing you guys next week at Circuit de Spa. You have a great rest of your day.